¿Qué es lo que mi gente? And welcome back to Dale's Quick Tips. Estoy aquí con un otro video. Vamos a comenzar. Okay, so for today's quick tip, I am here to set the record straight because for some reason, people think that dark-skinned people don't have to wear sunscreen. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. And this is why. Just because dark-skinned people can withstand the sun a little more than a person with fair skin does not mean that dark-skinned people are immune to the sun's rays and that there are not side effects to a dark-skinned person not protecting their skin. So just to give you guys an idea of the kind of things that people with darker skin have to deal with versus people with fair skin, and it's not that dark skinned people deal with it and fair skinned people don't. It's just dark skinned people deal with this. So I'm here to set the record straight and let you guys know that yes, we dark skinned people need to use sunscreen as well to protect our skin because
we are not immune to anything.
Just because you can take something more than somebody else does not mean that you are immune to this or that it doesn't affect you in any type of way. And you know, I've heard over the years people say,
oh, you're dark skinned, so this is not going to bother you at all.
And I'm just looking at them like, what do you think? I'm like an alien or something to where my skin is just not affected by things dealing with the sun? That makes no sense at all. So basically, and then I'm also gonna, recommend some things so that people can understand how to, do this, because I know the first thing that might come to a person's mind is, okay, so if we need sunscreen, that's fine. But being a dark-skinned person, you put on sunscreen, that's going to leave like a white cast on your face or a white cast on your body, and nobody wants that. However, there are other types of sunscreens that you can use that's more forgiving to a person with darker skin. But before I go into that, I want to let people know that there's something out there called hyperpigmentation. And when you're a person who suffers from hyperpigmentation, being a person with darker skin, you are not obsolete to this. Hyperpigmentation occurs a lot in people of color. It doesn't matter if you're a light-skinned person of color or if you're a person who's dark-skinned, who is obviously a person of color. It can pretty much happen to anyone who has melanin in their skin. So I'm not 100% sure of how hyperpigmentation affects a person who is considered to be Caucasian or, of some...
you're white.
Pretty much. No offense to anyone. But I don't know how that applies to a person of that particular race because I haven't done any type of research to clarify how this affects them, if it affects them at all. But I'm speaking for my people with melanin. So basically hyperpigmentation is, okay, so for example, if you've ever, cut yourself accidentally or something of that nature.
Hopefully it's accidentally.
But if you've ever cut yourself accidentally and as it's healing, you're noticing that it's healing in a very dark kind of fashion, that is a form of hyperpigmentation because that is not the proper tone of your skin. So as it's healing dark. Now, in some cases, or I would say in a lot of cases, although it's healing darker, eventually it goes back to your original complexion. However, in some people's cases, more than less, it doesn't. And they have to do a number of different things in order to correct the hyperpigmentation. There's different There's different home remedies that can be used for this, and there's also over-the-counter things that can be used for this particular thing as well. What works better than the other? It all depends on the person. However, there is a such thing as hyperpigmentation. Now, going back to protecting your skin from the sun and different things like that, the sun definitely contributes to your hyperpigmentation because I'm a person who personally experienced what the sun can actually do when it comes to a person who suffers from hyperpigmentation. When I was younger, I used to play handball all the time. It was just the thing that myself and my friends would do. It was super fun, full body workout. However, you're out there in the sun during the springtime or the summertime, and you're out there for hours and you're playing handball, and although you're having fun, you're exposed to the sun. And as a teenager, you're not going to be really paying much attention to what's affecting your skin in a negative way or not. And you're definitely not going to be protecting your skin, because you just get up, you wash up, you get yourself ready, you make sure your swag is on and you go to school, or you do whatever you have to do in style without the protection of your skin. So my point is, I suffered from it. And the more I neglected it, the more I started seeing the fact that it was taking a longer time for me to correct it after I decided to finally do so. But this video was basically for you guys to understand that just because a person is dark skinned, or just because a person has more melanin in their skin, does not mean that they are obsolete from having to protect their skin from the sun or anything like that. Because yes, hyperpigmentation, when you get a bruise or something like that, this is something that expresses what hyperpigmentation looks like. And I just want to put it out there for you guys, because the misconceptions make it harder for people to, deal with whatever is wrong with their skin or whatever is going on with their skin. And also you want to apply different things to, help yourself with this. Now, some of the things that you want to apply with this is, something that has like natural lemon in it, potato, or whatever the case is. If you want to go a natural way in order to correct these things, you can do that. There's some things that's over the counter. I really don't know about things that are over the counter that really helps with this, because I try my best not to use things that are made by another person in the medical field or whatever the case is, because a lot of that stuff is not really good to put on your body, because your skin absorbs this and now it's in your bloodstream, etc. So I try my best to go the natural way when it comes to anything that I have to apply to my body if I can help it. Yeah, so for people with that type of situation, there are many remedies that can be used over time, and you'll start seeing slow, gradual results from this. When it comes to the different types of sunscreen that you can use, obviously you don't want to go for something that is white, or something that has like that gives you that white cast on your skin when you apply it, because it looks weird. It definitely looks weird. People can kind of tell that you have it on your skin. And although some people look at it as if they see a white cast on my face, it's not that bad, because at the end of the day, they know it's probably sunscreen. However, say for instance, if you have like a photo shoot or something like that, you don't want to have a white cast on your face, or you're doing something that requires for you to have like a regular look to you. You don't want to have a white cast on your face. So you want to go for sunscreens that have SPF in it that's clear, that applies clear. There are sport ones that you can spray on and then do it. There are other ones that's clear that you can spray inside of your lotion in your hand, not in the whole entire lotion, but in your hand, and then do this and apply it to wherever you want to on your body. And usually these things last about 24 hours or 12 hours, depending on whichever one you get. Say when it comes to your skin, you don't want to go lower than 30% of the SPF, sunscreening. Yeah, that's basically my tip for today. If you guys have any questions about anything that I use in particular, you can leave a comment down below, and I'll be more than delighted to elaborate and to give you guys and to show you guys some of the things that I've used over the years on how I protect my skin with these SPF products. That's the tip for today. So with that being said, I want you guys to live life as always, and I will see you in the next video.